Do you swear that the testimony you will give before this committee will be...
Just 1 month ago, we were the victims of a ransomware attack by a cyber criminal group, and that attack encrypted our IT systems. Although the investigation is still ongoing, and we believe the attacker exploited the legacy VPN profile that was not intended to be in use, DarkSide demanded a financial payment in exchange for a key to unlock the impacted systems. We had cyber defenses in place, but the unfortunate reality is that those defenses were compromised.
Mr. Blount, welcome to the committee, and thank you for joining us for this important discussion on the harm.
We reached out to federal authorities within hours of the attack, and they have continued to be true allies as we've worked to quickly and safely restore our operations. I especially want to thank the Department of Justice and the FBI for their leadership and the progress they announced earlier this week. I also want to express my gratitude to the employees of Colonial Pipeline and the American people for your actions and support as we responded to the attack and dealt with the disruption that it caused. We are deeply sorry for the impact that this attack had. But we are also heartened by the resilience of our country and of our company.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Blount, thank you.
I made the decision to pay, and I made the decision to keep the information about the payment as confidential as possible. It was the hardest decision I've made in my 39 years in the energy industry, and I know how critical our pipeline is to the country, and I put the interests of the country first. I kept the information closely held because we were concerned about operational safety and security, and we wanted to stay focused on getting the pipeline back up and running. I believe with all my heart it was the right choice to make. But I want to respect those who see this issue differently. I also now state publicly that we quietly and quickly worked with the law enforcement in this matter from the start, which may have helped lead to the substantial recovery of funds announced by the DOJ this week. It was our understanding that the decision was solely ours as a private company to make the decision about whether to pay or not to pay. And considering the consequences of potentially not bringing the pipeline back on as quickly as I possibly could, I chose the option to make the ransom payment in order to get all the tools necessary and the optionality of those tools to bring the pipeline on as quick as we possibly could, safely as well as securely.
But I just kind of want you to, for the record, lay out how much worse could have it been had you not made that very difficult decision to kind of bite the bullet so that you could get your pipelines back up and operational?
That's an unknown we probably don't want to know, and it may be an unknown that we don't want to play out in a public forum. But if you start to look at the fact that it took us from Friday all the way to Wednesday afternoon the following, and we already started to see pandemonium going on in the markets, people doing unsafe things like filling garbage bags full of gasoline, or people fist fighting in line at the fuel pump.